That's your money saying it's time for a McDonald's run. Because with new McValue at McDonald's, you get more than you expect. Like buy a 6-piece McNuggets and add a McChicken for just $1. Your money says let's go. Get more than you expect with new McValue. Prices and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Hi, this is Chubby Checker, and you're listening to the Dr. Sky Show. Stay there and get an experience in science. Keep your eyes on the skies.
Okay, Chubby, here we go. And a long 3 count from me. In 3, 2, 1. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dr. Sky Show, a show that you tell us you like so much. Our normal subject matter covers the realms of astronomy, space, aviation, and the subject of weather, and also great celebrity guests in the mix. And today, a special treat here on the Dr. Sky Show, and to all the many stations around the nation that air the Dr. Sky Show, we say thank you. You know, if you grew up like me in the 1950s and 60s, you know Chubby Checker. He's the king of the twist, and he's with us here on the Dr. Sky Show today talking about his career. And also, folks, a very special treat to all of our listeners here in Arizona. He'll be coming on March the 13th to the Palms Resort in that local area southwest of Phoenix, Arizona, Yuma, Arizona, plus an entire schedule that Chubby Checker, the king of the twist, has for this upcoming year, 2015. Chubby, welcome to the show. Thank you so much, and thank you for what you do in the world of music.
Dr. Sky, I thought, when I think about you, I think of Sky King.
There you go. Another great guy from, supposedly from Arizona, but that's a great story, my friend. You know, I'm honored, Chubby. I'm honored to have you here on the show because all my life I remember watching, of course, Dick Clark and Bandstand. And, you know, just recently I was sharing with you, and the listeners need to hear this. I watched on television on one of the black and white older television movie channels. We call a television channel here Get TV. We have this movie that just popped on the TV called Don't Knock the Twist. And you know, Chubby, this is your story. Talk a little bit about going back to the old days. How did you get the name Chubby Checker? That's really cool.
My boss, his name was Tony Anastasi, and he gave me the name Chubby. I was working in a produce market, and he decided to name me Chubby, and I didn't like the idea. And I told him that my name wasn't that. He says, "You sure you want to work here?" I said, "I guess my name is Chubby." And then a few years later, I was in a studio in Philadelphia doing a Fats Domino impression for Dick Clark. And he had a project that I was working on for him. And this lady says, "That's Chubby? Well, Chubby like Fats, and let's put Checker on that, like Domino." And Chubby became Chubby Checker. And the lady that gave me the checker, her name was Mrs. Dick Clark.
Wow. You know, going back to the days of American Bandstand with Dick Clark, I mean, I watched the show and so many people listening. And if you're a youngin' out there and you never heard of American Bandstand, you can go to YouTube and just check it out, right, Chubby? But those were the greatest days. I mean, undoubtedly. I mean, you appeared, countless times on that particular show.
Not only were we on the show, but American Bandstand had something going. And then when we came on, American Bandstand changed because we danced in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. We changed the way people dance, not on American Bandstand. And from that moment until this moment right now, that style of dance is still with us, where we're dancing, but we're not touching each other while we're dancing. And when we did that, the whole world changed. And we did the twist, then we did the pony, then we did the fly, then we did the shake, then we did the hucklebuck. And what happened to all those dances is they slowed down the beat, and the boogie was born, and it's still with us.
It's amazing, Chubby. I'm going to read something here that I'm sure many hosts have read many times before, but I wanted our audience to understand a little bit more about you and the different milestones that you've achieved. And I'm quoting here from various sources here. Checker is the only recording artist to place 5 albums in the top 12 all at once. The performer has often claimed to have personally changed the way we dance at the beat of music as when he told Billboard, and I quote, "Any place on the planet when someone has a song that has a beat, they're on the floor dancing apart to that beat." And before Chubby Checker, it wasn't here, said Clay Cole. Chubby Checker has never been properly acknowledged for one of the major contributors to pop culture. Chubby and the Twist got adults out and onto the dance floor for the very first time before the Twist dance phenomenon. As you know, sir, grown-ups did not dance to teenage music. So it's amazing to watch those YouTube videos. You're right. You're seeing people in our age group, older than 20, 30, 40, 50. They're up there dancing and having a good time.
Oh, it was almost like the light bulb. Once the light bulb came to us, it never left. And once the telephone came to us, it never left. And animated cartoons, once it came to us, it never left. And the style of dancing that we brought to American Bandstand, that style of dancing never left the dance floor. It's been here to everybody's music. As long as you're looking at her and she's looking at you, and you're exploiting your sexuality while being fully dressed, Chubby Checker is on the dance floor with everybody, and the music goes on.
It's a beautiful story, Chubby. I'm looking here, and I personally got this to add to my collection. The very best of the King of Twist, Chubby Checker, a Parkway Records CD here, and it's got the original Twist, #1 on Billboard's all-time Hot 100 top songs. It's got 10 of the best songs, and I'm sure there's so many others we could talk about. But I keep playing this in my car, and Chubby, seriously, it always puts a smile on my face because I feel those were happy days. And nowadays, I know you have moved and matured into a different realm of music, and also still keeping all those fans, very glued to knowing about the Twist. But let's talk a little bit about you and the particular song, The Twist. #1 on Billboard's all-time Hot 100 top songs. I mean, that's a major, major music milestone. Incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you. The Twist will be #1 until 2063. When another song becomes #1 in 2063, the Twist will then go back to 2013 because Billboard named in 2013, Billboard named the Twist the #1 song every year from 1958 until 2013. Now, the next time that event takes place will be in 2063, but until that time gets here, the Twist will be the #1 song for 105 years.
That's amazing. I mean, the folks, if you're just tuning in, no need to do a major introduction here. We're talking to the King of Twist, Chubby Checker, a great person here who's added so much to Americana and music here in America, getting people of all ages to get up onto the dance floor. Chubby, it's so much of an honor to have you here today in our short interview today. But
thank you.
Other milestones, thank you, and other milestones that I wanted to share with the audience here that they may not be aware of, other than the only artist to have 5 albums in the top 12 all at once. Chubby Checker's first platinum, Let's Twist Again. Again, the only artist to have a song to be #1 twice, meaning the Twist, as you know, sir, and the only artist to have 9 double-sided hits. And folks, it gets better. Change the way we dance to beat 24/7 since 1959. So, Chubby, it goes on and on and on. Now, you would never have had any kind of recollection that this would have taken off. So, I mean, talk a little bit about how that ascended. I mean, you're a young man and you're a millionaire at a young age. I mean, isn't that a shocker to most young people?
When I was a kid, I used to tell everyone that I was going to be on TV and I was going to be on radio, and it's all I could think about from the time I saw Ernest Tubb sing at the Georgetown Fair in Georgetown, South Carolina, and I was 4 years old. That's all I talked about. I was going to be on stage. So by the time I was 17 or 18 years old, and I was still in the 11th and 12th grade in high school, when it finally happened, I went, oh, God, thank you. It might never would have happened. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad.
Wow. That's just amazing, Chubby. And also, not just in America, talk a little bit about how you took off around the world, but particularly in Europe. I mean, this is something I didn't know until I read into your bio. It's an amazing story.
Well, dance, like I said, this song, The Twist, is probably the most important song that was ever recorded. And, when you play it on the radio, it still sounds very good. I was told that this song was made back when everything wasn't perfect, but every beat of The Twist is on time. Out of all the music that came out in those days, The Twist was right on time. Every beat was in the right place. It's amazing, how that all took place. But we just had that song, like I said, the very minute that it came on the scene, the dance that went with that song has been with us ever since. It never left. It's still here.
So, Chubby, this is just amazing. I mean, all of what we're talking about here, this particular career that you are part of, that is you, so much of Americana and American music, and like the likes of Chuck Berry, the likes of Elvis Presley. I mean, we think of Chuck Berry and Elvis and yourself, all great pioneers. Those days must have been so amazing in the world of music. Talk a little bit more about those early days, because I mean, it would have been so great to see you in one of these venues, and I'm sure at that time when you were getting known, people would pop their head in and go, "Hey, wow, listen to this," and get up and dance, and the rest is all fun.
It was quite amazing, and around the world, because of the uniqueness of this movement on the dance floor, everyone wanted to be a part of it, and it just stretched around the world. Like I said, the minute Edison turned on the light bulb was turned on around the whole world. The minute Alexander Graham Bell said, "Watson, is that you?" the phone was around the entire world. And when we went on American Bandstand and we did The Twist, that style of dancing was introduced to the whole world, and everybody still loves it, and they still do that dance style to everybody's music. It's still here. I mean, having Taylor Swift singing "Shake It Off" is just a Chubby Checker. And when I see Bruno Mars is talking about uptown funk, we're just doing the pony. That's all that is. I mean, we haven't left. We're just as old as we are current in the music scene. It's just amazing that I'm able to say that to people out there and say, "Wow, I mean, very unique in the music business for someone to say, we did that. I mean, that's us. We did that." I can imagine Alexander Graham Bell being alive today, or Thomas Edison being alive today, and he sees the fluorescent light, and they say, "What do you think of that, Mr. Edison?" "Oh, that's my light bulb. I know that." And what do you think? What do you think of that? What do you think of that of that cell phone, Mr. Graham Bell? "That's my phone. I did that already."
Let's talk a little bit more about Don't Knock the Twist, this movie that I'm so enamored by. And Chubby, this is what I did. I ordered it. I couldn't find it in my local, place where I'd buy music. So they ordered it for me in a double feature set, as you know, Don't Knock the Twist and Twist Around the Clock. But in this particular story we're talking about in the movie, Don't Knock the Twist, there's so many other great performers, including yourself. What do we have? We have the Dovells. We have Gene Chandler. We have Vic Dana. I mean, Vic Dana.
And Dion was in it.
Oh yes, absolutely. I mean, just so amazing. So how was it to make this movie? I mean, this must have been a lot of fun. Just a great bunch of people. And tell the people a little bit about Don't Knock the Twist. What's the story all about? If you'd give us a little flavor of that movie.
Sam Katzman was a musician, and he made those movies in maybe 2 or 3 weeks. He just put it together, and he made sure that the people got the movie while the heat was still on. He was a great producer. He did some wonderful things out there. The movie was just introducing people, to something that they weren't used to. Do you know that in the exercising business, the gyms didn't even start until someone says, "Hey, Chubby Checker's music is great to work out to," and then that industry began. So people start working out to music because of the Twist. It was quite amazing. And every time you went to a club and you saw the go-go girls standing on the pedestals, it was to teach the people the new steps. That's why they had the girls on the pedestals. So people came into the club and they saw the girls dancing, and then they imitated what they saw, and that's how they got started.
Yes. Chubby, you look so sharp in this movie. I'm serious. Your outfits, your tone. I mean, I'm almost going to be 60 years old, and I want to jump up and do the twist, but I'm just saying you were really in shape, and so many people out there who, like we talk about as we get older out there, you brought people who never thought they could get up out of the chair just to have fun, and that's what it's all about, and it's so great to have you here. We only have a few more minutes with our very special guest here on the Dr. Sky Show, none other than Chubby Checker, an American music legend, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame here. He, undeniably, ladies and gentlemen, is the king of the twist. And Chubby, you've transitioned. Talk a little bit about a new album that's out there called Changes, and what are people going to experience when they purchase that CD and listen to that particular CD?
Different Chubby, and it's sort of tells everyone where I've been. And if you go to iTunes and pick up Changes, it's just that it tells a story of where I've been. And it also tells the story of everyone. Everyone's story is in that song. And if you come to the show, you're going to hear that song. That song is about you. No one escapes that song. If you're old enough to understand lyrics, it's a song that once you hear it, it just stays with you. It doesn't go away because it's about you.
Sure. It's an amazing story, Chubby, and I want to share with the audience here. I know you're a humble man, but you've earned this one. In 2008, Chubby Checker's The Twist was named the biggest chart hit of all time by Billboard magazine. Billboard magazine looked at all the singles that made the charts between, get a load of this, folks, 1958 and 2008. So congratulations, sir, on something that, as you described, is in the minds and
Thank you. I was very surprised that in 2013, this is from 1958 to 2008 wasn't good enough. We're going to give you the number one song every year from 1958 to 2013. The Twist is the number one song for every year for that time. And it became the number one song for 55 years in a row. And the next time that event takes place will be 2063. Until then, the Twist will be number one for 105 years.
Wow, that's incredible. That's timeless in my mind, Chubby. I want to thank you. Stay on the line with us, sir, as we go to the next break here. And our special guest, who really doesn't need much of an introduction. You know him. You've heard his music. Chubby Checker, the king of the twist. He, of course, is with us here on the Dr. Sky Show. And don't forget, if you're here and visiting in Arizona, not too far from the Phoenix metro area, Chubby Checker himself will be appearing live on stage at the Palms Resort March the 13th in Yuma, Arizona, and places, ladies and gentlemen, all around the nation. In case Yuma, Arizona, a beautiful city where you can see Chubby Checker at the Palms Resort. Go to chubbychecker.com to learn much more about this man's incredible music.
Hey, Dr. Sky, listen to this. You know what I remember about Yuma?
Mm-hmm.
I'm bringing my special salad dressing because you have so much lettuce. I can't even begin to even start. You know, I'm bringing my balsamic with me. I'm going to go by there and rip up a head of lettuce and wash it off and put my balsamic on it and eat healthy.
There you go, brother. And I'd like to join you there at the Palms in Yuma, Arizona, March the 13th, ladies and gentlemen. Chubby Checker, stay on the line with us. That concludes this exciting edition of the Dr. Sky Show. Always great guests, as you hear here, celebrity guests in the mix. We go back to our content of astronomy, space, aviation, and weather, educating the young minds about science and technology. Chubby Checker, the king of the twist, we thank you. And Dr. Sky always reminds everybody to always remember to keep their eyes on the skies and get up and do the twist. Right, Chubby?
It's pony time. Get up.
There you go, brother. Thank you, Chubby Checker, the king of the twist.
Come on, baby. Let's do the twist. Come on, baby. twisted till we tear the house down.